And hello again, viewers, and welcome back. There is an old saying, when in Chelsea, eat like the Parisians. So here I am this evening at the Colbert, an eatery that models itself around all those brasseries and glamorous grand cafes adorning the busy streets of Paris. So for this evening, we're going to pretend and make believe we are across the channel. So let the wine and the language of love flow. Well, enough tittle tattle as it is supper time. So, let's go. So I have to say I got a bit lucky with securing this outside table. Vacated about 30 seconds after going to the front desk, and there were other people requesting outside seating also. But anyway, tried to take the rough with the smooth, as they say, whatever that means. So let's look at the menu. And welcome to the Colbert, or Colbert's, depending on your disposition. So this is the menu. As you can see, 50% of the wording is French and the other is English. So it's a tribute to homage to those brasseries and cafes in France, or in Paris in particular. Yeah, quick whistle-stop tour as this. I'd rather get quite bored of scanning through this, to be honest. A drinks menu here, so cocktails, as we are in Zone 1 London, and your usual spirits and whiskies, all the strong stuff. The French theme continues with your extensive wine list. So you've got red on the right column, you've got champagne, sparkly, white wine, and some featured producers exclusive to the Colbert, and some beers as well. And you can notice Meteor Blonde is quite rare to get in the UK, especially in pint quantities. And on behalf of the Colbert here in London, Chelsea, Monstu, all of the gear. But will I have an idea? They've just given me all the equipment I needed for the forthcoming courses. A rather good view of the square. Excuse me, there's someone sort of standing there, and some bread to... I didn't ask for this, so I imagine it's going to be a part of a cover charge of some sort. Oh well, as they say, just have to eat like the Parisians. And I just buttered the little mini baguettes. I don't know if that's the correct term for the smaller finger-shaped bread. If someone in the comment section will help me out here, that will be just dandy. So you have just buttered the bread and gives us a taste. Nothing to write home about. Your classic white piece of bread and butter. It is currently just 8:15. I've been given 1 hour and a half to finish my dining here before they need it for another table. There's a continuous stream of customers asking for outside seating, so very much high demand. The clock is ticking. Okay, so I finally have a clear shot of the square without any hungry diners waiting outside looking impatient. So this is actually Sloane Square. I didn't go into enough detail, but anyway, here is the first course of the evening. It is classic French onion soup.
And one of the things that
melted cheese on top as your upper crust of, it's almost like a pie to some effect. Please don't feel offended by that. I'm just digging in, I'm just doing this one-handed, by the way. I'm not getting my tripod out for this one. We're sat quite close to other diners as well, so got to bear in mind to not disturb them too much. However, people are very chatty, so it's all good, in fact. That's what I meant. Anyway, let's get this string of cheese. Okay, here we go. All the classic taste of French onion soup in one mouthful of air. I was quite light on the onions though, so I will have a second shot at this. Here we are. Sorry for the noise. Lots of those Middle Eastern tourists who likes to rev around the square with their fast cars and fast bikes. It's one of those things. So what I was trying to say was, this is hot, as in temperature wise. So I'll need to be patient. One of life's most simple of comforts, bread dipped into some hearty soup or sauce. And get a good account of it. Here you go.
Surely keep graduating.
Give me more. Give me more.
Just like, really? On the market.
Something. French onion soup. I'm running out of things to say about it. It's comforting, tasty, traditional French flavours, lots of sweet onion in there, rich broth, the intense, full of flavour. That's all there is to it. And of course, enhanced by the cheese for the extra umami, saltiness, and so forth. The review over. Oh, quick palate cleanser. Oh, go away, fly.
Come January.
So let me finish this soup off and I'll join you in the next course. I'll try not to be too long.
When she was driving up. So
you can have anything you want in here as long as it is bread. So there's a giant toasted, it was toasted, I imagine, crouton, piece of baguette buried within the soup itself. Another traditional component of the French onion soup. And course number 2 has landed. I'm going hand for leather with the French cuisine tonight. No holds barred. And speaking of no holds barred, they only gone and plonked some more bread. I protested saying I don't need any more, but they said no, it's fresh stuff, it's better. So I have to go with the spirit of things. Right. So I'm gonna have to tackle this with 2 hands, I'm afraid. So we'll be right back. Right, so here goes. I'm a little bit rusty with escargot. It's been a while. Last time I had this dish was at the escargot back in autumn last year. So these tongs are not the grippiest, so slightly worried. You'll have to be extra delicate. As you see, the shell is moving around. Yeah, not the best. Oh dear, some significant amount of editing may be required for this one. Let's try a larger shell, and I'll finish off the smaller one at the end. No, this is no good. No, I'm gonna have to change, get an upgrade. I just asked another one, and it's just as hopeless. So it's just moving around. I don't know, I just managed to get one of the mollusks out, or maybe not. This is impossible. I'm gonna have to improvise. Needs must. That first mollusk, good texture, just tender enough and with enough chew to make it taste like real food. Another piece, just extract that from the shell. Shell was quite hot to the touch as well, so I'm suffering for my arts wax now. Right then, this is not the most easiest course to record, as I'm going to have to use my fingers for the snails. And I just don't want to. It's still quite busy this time of night. There's other diners at the moment, so just try to keep my voice down, be invisible as possible. Now let's extract this snail out here. I will dip into the bread very shortly. So that's 3 snails that have been exceptionally tender, good consistency, and another. Okay, let's try the piece of bread.
Yeah.
Use of that lovely parsley sauce. Break up a little bit so maximum surface area. Scientific. Get that into the crevices. I failed to do this last time when I was at L'Escargot, trying to make up the lost ground here. When you dip the bread into the sauce, you ascertain there's a lot more salt in the sauce itself. Quite interesting. Bread somehow brings out these extra tastes that you would normally not notice when you just eat it on its own, in my opinion at least. I have to apologise for the slightly subdued presentation in the escargot segment. Basically, there's a table next to me. They were just sat down. They were very chatty, but they objected with me talking and presenting on camera. They're worried that they will be on the video. I had a chat with them, they seemed fine. I explained everything, showed them my channel. So they thankfully found another table. So everyone's a winner. Après-mort, love their luge. And another classic French dish has landed. I mean, they don't call it French fries for nothing. And to accompany it as a bit of garnish, comes in the form of shape of a burger, or a Le Colbert burger, as I like to call it. And to further add a bit more glamour into the mix, if the case isn't Parisian enough for you, I've got a bit of champagne here, so a little bit more continental flair as we're dining on top of some seemingly concrete paving slabs in London, Chelsea. Anyway, Santo. Lovely, jubbly, bubbly. So this is the Colbert cheeseburger, or what's seemingly more like a meatball in a bat. Well, that's just the way things are sometimes. I think I'll just decanter some Fritz into the plates just for ease of filming. There you go, that should be okay for now. Like, this is a fairly chunky burger, as you see. It looks like, to me, 2 patties as well. They're not smashed patties, they're not those thin patties of beef that you get in fast food out of this. This is the more traditional type of burger. Anyway, enough waffling, let's try to take a bite of this. Very beefy, meaty, smoky. As well, I imagine it's been sufficiently cooked on the grill. And don't worry, there's not hair, this is just the strands of melted cheese, just it kind of stretches itself. I'm going to have to try and dissect this in 2 for better presentation. Okay, let's observe the contents for those who like all the inner details of food. Here you go. Classic burger flavours, no surprises here, no reinventing of the wheel. Let's try Fritz. These Fritz are indeed frozen type. You can just tell. I'm in a quandary whether to continue eating this with the knife and fork provided, or just use my hands in the traditional way, but given the setting we're in, I'm going to just resort to the cutlery provided, in keeping with the settings, surroundings. Don't expect me to go into all the nitty-gritty details of what it tastes of. It's a cheeseburger, that's all there is to it. Just eating in the salt bar outside Sloane Square, which maybe adds a slight different eating experience to it. As you can see on the side, they put sliced gherkins, big beef, tomato, and some lettuce as your burger salad, but on separately, so it doesn't make the burger bread too soggy. Good, so it's a nice touch, I suppose. Have a piece. A little palate cleanser. I may be in the minority, but I do advocate champagne or some dry sparkling white wine to go with burger, because it cuts through the fat, the richness, great balance. Try it. Well, something. Perhaps I should cycle through the other items. So let's try the sliced gherkin. Sliced gherkin in the middle of Sloane Square. There's a slice of red onion here, but not going to bother to have that. Eaten onion, raw onion, thousands of times, perhaps. So have you. Okay, so a little bit of the tomato. You could say it's a burger, semi-deconstructed. Okay, back on the Fritz. Granted, they're not made in-house out of fresh potatoes, but they are crispy and seasoned just spot on. Ooh, I've noticed it's getting darker now. The lighting from the building is starting to glow outwards, if that's the right term. And imagine my camera's working its guts off to compensate for the lack of exposure. I'm struggling at this stage. Yeah, I'm getting quite full. Maybe some more champagne will help. Okay, so I'm going to need to make a bit of progress with this burger, and I'll see you in the next segment. Won't be long. So that was supper at the Colbert here in London, Chelsea, and it's not just chic, but more fabrique Belgique. But before I go, I've treated myself to a cocktail. I did muse about asking for Malibu and Cherryade, but I was worried they might throw me out, so gone for the next best thing. It's called a cerise, so got some cherry ingredients in there, but I'll put in these shots, the actual content of the cocktail. So, some tasting notes before I close this video off.
Oh, I've been to Carbon in London.
I've been there in Miami.
That tastes magnificently regretful in the following morning, that is. And on that note, I look forward to seeing you again in the next video, so until that time, you will take care now. Santé.